Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful day to celebrate our 2022 butterfly release. Words often can express the loss that we feel when we lose a loved one. And through this ceremony today, our hope is that each of you will be able to find some peace through the symbolism of the butterfly release. And so we have a wonderful program today that's going to be a mixture of not only reading of loved ones' names, but also music therapy and some other inspirational readings as well. And I want to thank you all for being here today, and certainly want to thank the Gorlock family for generously endowing this event that we can have each and every year here in Naples. So thank you all for coming, and now we're going to start our program today.
Said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you.
Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better?
Because I knew you.
Because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Because I knew you.
Because I knew you.
Because I knew you,
I have been changed for good.
Till we meet again. Someone very close has died, and now it hurts deep down inside. How did this happen? Where did you go? Is this something anyone can know? Why did this happen? How can this be? That someone I love is no longer here with me. But when I listen, What do I hear? I can feel that you are near. You are not gone, just out of sight, safe and happy and full of light. You could not stay another day to laugh, to work, to love, or play. Now I feel your warm embrace when the wind moves my hair or the sun kisses my face. I tell our stories to those we know. Memories of you make my heart glow. Whenever I am feeling sad, I try to think of the good times we had. I remember the things that you did best to make me feel so loved and blessed. All the joys you gave to me will always be cherished and dear to me. Someday we will meet again, and until then, thoughts of your warm embrace and your love bring a smile to my face. This world is not our home, we are just passing through. Someday we will meet again. Till then, remember, I love you.
This next song is a really beautiful song from the new Disney movie Encanto. The song is called Dos Oruguitas, which translates to two little caterpillars. And the song we're going to sing entirely in Spanish, but a little summary is it starts out with the little caterpillars growing old together, going on different journeys through life. In the middle of the song, they go into their cocoon stage, and by the end of the song, they blossom into butterflies, and they fly apart, and they reunite one day. The chorus of the song is, Ay mariposas, oh butterflies, don't you hold on too tight. Both of you know it's your time to go, to fly apart, to reunite. Wonders surround you, just let the walls come down. Don't look behind you, fly till you find your way to tomorrow. Dos oruguitas enamoradas pasan sus noches y madrugadas llenas de hambre. Siguen andando y navegando un mundo que cambia, sigue cambiando. Navegando un mundo que cambia, sigue cambiando. Dos oruguitas paran al viento mientras se abrazan con sentimiento. Siguen creciendo, no saben cuándo buscar algún rincón. El tiempo sigue cambiando, imparables son. El tiempo sigue cambiando. Ay, oruguitas, no se aguanten más, hay que crecer para volver hacia adelante, seguirás. Vienen milagros, vienen cristalinas, hay que partir y construir su propio futuro. Ay, oruguitas, no se aguanten más, hay que crecer para volver hacia adelante, seguirás. Vienen milagros, vienen cristalinas, hay que partir y construir su propio futuro. Dos oruguitas desorientadas en dos capullos bien abrigadas con sueños nuevos. Ya solo falta hacer lo necesario. El mundo es que sigue cambiando. tumbando sus paredes. Viene nuestro milagro, nuestro milagro, nuestro milagro. Hay mariposas, no se aguanten más, hay que crecer, parte, volver, hacia adelante seguirás, ya son milagro. Piano cristalinas, hay que volar, hay que encontrar su propio futuro. Hay mariposas, no se aguanten más, hay que crecer, parte, volver, hacia adelante seguirás, ya son milagro. Piano cristalinas, hay que volar, hay que encontrar su propio futuro. Hay mariposas, no se aguanten más, hay que crecer, parte, volver, hacia adelante seguirás, ya son milagro. Rompiendo cristalinas, hay que volar, hay que encontrar su propio futuro.
We remember them, a Jewish prayer of remembrance. In the rising of the sun and its going down, we remember them. In the blowing of the wind and the chill in the winter, we remember them. In the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. In the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of the summer, we remember them. In the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joys we yearn to share, we remember them. So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them.
Today we honor United States military servicemen and women and law enforcement professionals who have bravely served our community in the past year. The Florida Drowning Prevention Foundation mourns the loss of children to drowning. Please keep an eye on kids near water to save a life. We also honor the following individuals: Francis D. Armentrout, Ann Baldwin, Barbara N. Blaisdell, Jeanette D. Broadhead, Carson B. Collins, Mary A. Dodge, Judith A. Gardner, Peter I. Georgeson, Francis C. Georgeson, Iris M. Haw, Ursula A. Hendricks, William A. Hitmanowski, Saeed M. Carrara, Judith Ann Ledoux, James J. McMahon, Helen R. Moody, Muriel A. Newman, Chris Papadopoulos, Emily Park, Delbert E. Rawson, Harold G. Schaefers, Margaret E. Shue, James T. Surect, Henry H. Smitter, Kevin Smitter, Jamie G. Stoyer, David I. Wang, Horst H. Werder, Deborah L. Whiteneck, Jean S. Williams, Mary C. Wilson, Robert S. Yohannan, John Derrick, Nancy Potter, Leon Abramowitz, Natalie Abramowitz, Del H. Ackerman, Arminio James Aiello, Maria Rosa Aiello, Clyde Robert Allen, Eileen Allen, Teresa Anderson, Elizabeth Anderst, John Porfirio Arias, Joseph Arco, Adriana Rendondo, Susan S. Ashbridge, Sydney James Avery, Mary Jane Bearwald, Edward Bailey, Amanda Marie Barker, Sandy Barker, Barbara Barquette, Frances Jane Barkhurst, Fred Barkhurst Jr., Theodore L. Barry III, Jeanette Bottaramo, Andrew W. Barton Jr., Linda Barton, Erica Baum, Helmut Baum, Joseph Bell, Corinne Bellier, Don Bellier, Albert Bender, Virginia Bender, Patricia Ann Bennett, Elizabeth Berman, Elsie M. Berner, Norman R. Berner, Deborah S. Berner McGuire, Joe Bernstein, Hi Bershed, and Bunny Bertini.
Jean Bertini, Sandy Bertini, Tony Bertini, Rebecca Bettner, Tony Betts, Judith E. Bika, Martha Bigelow, Anita Block, Maria Bodino, Patricia Bond, Bruce W. Bolin, Helen S. Bolin, Leon Boltish, Leona Boltish, Erlene Bonsteel, Gary L. Booth, Hazel M. Brom, Al Branke, Daniel James Brovey, Harry R. Brown, Jean Gigi Brown, Arch Browning, Breck Browning, Chick Browning, Erlene Browning, Arthur Marion Brusco, Rita Bryant, Barbara Budzinski, Brian Bunting, Robert William Burdick, Jerome J. Bertelis, Richard Burgett, Ann Burke, Sonny Burke, Peter Burkhart, William Burkhart, Gemma Burlikoff, Ian Burlikoff, June Burns, Dottie Butler, Joan Byerhoff, Lloyd Byerhoff,
Cecilia Cahan, Bob Keola, Brian Canaroso, Rose Canaroso, Heather Carlin, Christopher Carrere, Dick Karen, Edwin Karen, Hugh Karen, Paul Karen, Pauline Karen, Jane Carter, the Cermak family, Lauren Cernuto, Randy Chadwick, Alan Chadwick, Heather Champagne, Anthony Chirico, Elizabeth Chirico, Julie Dodson Chirico, Mary Catherine Clark, Terry Clemente, Connor Wyatt Coe, Encencio Miki Culejo, Jeanette Cole, Carol Moynihan Collins, John D. Collins, Barbara G. Collins, Robina J. Comer, Walter W. Comer, Marilyn Condon, Karen Comfoy, Charles Comfoy, Conroy, Charlie Conroy, Ruth Cook, Gwendolyn Cooper, Ken Corbin, Bill Cordier, Ronald J. Coughlin, Jack Courtney, Jill Cox, Ross Kraft,
The siblings of the Compassionate Friends Southwest Florida chapter. George Crapple, Terry L. Crockett, Todd D. Crockett, Russell Cummings, Sandra Cunningham, Bill Cuthbertson, Grace Catrone, James Catrone, Christopher DeGata, Michael L. D'Alessandro, George Channing Descoulias, Anna Davis, Jennifer De La Mora, Michael J. DiCarlo, Sheila DiCarlo, Carisha Demarest, John Ty DeVito, David Devine, Nancy Devine, Donald W. Dickey, Wilbur Dodson, Marilyn Dobler, Hilda Johnson Dolan, James Joseph Dolan, James T. Dolan, Bob Dold, Shirley Dold, Madeline Domonti, Manuel Domonti, Mary Donahue, Chuck Dowling, Patricia Downing, Ida M. Duwenke, Jasmine Taylor Dunham, Jazine Taylor Dunham, Jasmine Dunham, Carol Ann Dunstan, Charles Durakis, Dorothy S. Eckert, Dorothy S. Eckert, Max Eisenberg, Marilou Eller.
Must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine, that's your way. You always want to step behind.
So I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strain. A beautiful face without a name for so long, a beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero and everything I would like to be? I can fly higher than an eagle, for you are the wind beneath my wings.
It might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. Of course I know it. I would be nothing without you.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle, for you are the wind beneath my wings. Did I ever tell you you're my hero? You're everything I wish I would be. And I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the wind beneath my wings. 'Cause you are the wind beneath my wings.
Dr. Harley Ellman, Aaron Irvin, Dan Fahey, John Faco, Ladoris Faco, Alan Chuck Fatica, Richard Fazone, Patricia Fedler, Alan Fagus, George Ferdinand, Bob Finnerty, Marjorie Fishburne, Marie Flamia, Paula Flanagan, Barbara Florence, Kathleen Fogelman, Joan Fontana, Nancy Foreman, Luann Forno, Robert Frasco, Dana Frederick, Dr. Frederick, Betty Fusia, Peter Gable, Emma Galano, Cinda Gatton, Charles George, Helen George, Edwin Gerlach, Elsie Getz, Walter Getz, Gloria Gibson, Donald Gifford, Ashby Gilkison, Dorothy Guillove, Peggy Golden, Bernice Goldenberg, Joseph Goldenberg, Frank Gull, Raha Gulshan, Gus Grandy, Henry Grandy,
Irene Helen Granger, John H. Granger, Paul Charles Granger, C. Patricia Green, John Edward Greenwood, Betty Jo Garisi, Chandar Galati, Martha Haber, Neil Haggerty, Sylvia Crawford Haga, Jeanette Hakes, John Hakes, Eric Halloran, John Hartley III, Coates Doug Hartman, Helen Park Haskell, William Peckham Haskell, Betty Haskett, Joseph Haskett, Charles Michael Hahn, Robert Heisler, Robert E. Henderson, Margaret Hergenrader, Felix M. Hernandez, James Bruce Hess, Sharon Heddish III, Ronald Heddish Sr. Ronald Hetrick Sr., John Norman High, Catherine Hinkle, Karen K. Hodges, Catherine Leslie Hoffman, Lynn Holliday, Lee Agnelli Horton, Walter H. Howes, George Pete Hauser, Sharon Hughes, Kinney Hung, Christine Marie Hung, Robbie Hutchison, Christine Jaycox, Maynard Jaycox, Michael Jaycox,
Patricia Jaycox, Coney Justice, Kara Jimenez, Odo Jimenez, Sandy Johnson, Thomas Johnson, Captain Robert Jones, Jonesy, Bruce Jordan, Edward W. Joy, Ryan Joyce, Richard Judnich, Judith Juffery, Maureen Berman Kane, Kenneth Alexander Casper, Joan Calvacac, Ronald Calvacac, Richie Calverman, Haley Keith, Cheryl Keith, Elizabeth Kelber, Kevin Allen Kelber, Nelson Kelber, William Billy Kelly, Karen Kennington, Kenny Kennington, Loanne Kent, Connie Kern, Conrad Keys, Janet Keys, Krista Kissel, Mitchell Kissel, Judith Ann Klaus, Duncan Keefe, Kenneth Keefe, Samson Keefe, Shirley Keefe, Sparky Keefe, Jane Knopf, Jane Matthias Knopf, Barry Kotek, and Mildred Krenslaw.
Celine Krajewski, Steve Kravenko, Delphine Christman, Joni Kroll, Claudia Kubinski, Esther Kubinski, Barbara Kuhn, Doris Elner Kutz, Amy Kwiatkowski, Patricia Lamott, Terry Langford, Pamela J. Lenuis, Marvin Lansat, Jane T. Larson, Dottie Larson, Francis R. Lorino, Glenn Leggin, Joyce Leggin, Susanna Leet, Julie Johnson Lepper, Ed Lett, Bruce C. Levin, Richard A. Lindsay Jr., Robert M. Logan Jr., Harry B. McCallum Sr., Harry B. McCallum, Dominic J. Macarena, George McCormack, John C. Madsen, John Madsen, Peter Maggiacomo, Herb Magnuson, Marge Magnuson, Carl Alfred Magnuson, Nancy Claire Magnuson, Marshall Major, Carol J. Mancy, Margaret Mando, Floritza Bunny Marion, Mani Markle, Lee R. Marshall, in living memory of Richard F. Mangona.
Perhaps love is like a resting place, a shelter from the storm. It exists to give you comfort. It is there to keep you warm. And in those times of trouble, when you are most alone, the memory of love will bring you home.
Perhaps love is like a window, perhaps an open door. It invites you to come closer, it wants to show you more. And even if you lose yourself and don't know what to do, the memory of love will see you through. Oh, love to some is like a cloud, to some as strong as steel. For some a way of living, for some a way to feel. And some say love is holding on, and some say letting go. And some say love is everything, and some say they don't know. Perhaps love is like an ocean, full of conflict, full of pain. Like a fire when it's cold outside, or thunder when it rains. If I should live forever, and all my dreams come true, my memories of love will be of you. Yes, my memories of love will be of you.
The Honorable Lawrence Dent Martin. Harvey J. Martin. Lenny Martin. M. Francis Martin. Mildred Martin. Joyce Martini. Michael Maruska. Dory Mascot. Richard Mascot. Joseph L. Mason. Joseph W. Mason. Becky McBride. Vince McBride. Bobby Jean McCollum. Melanie McCormick. Betty V. McCoy. Lynn A. McCurdy III. William C. McCurdy, Jr. William C. McCurdy. Jenny McDermott. Marty McDermott. Jenny McGaw. Judith F. McGee. Daniel McGovern. Eileen McGovern. Suzanne McHugh. Patricia A. McKeever. Mac McKinnon. Jacqueline Berman McLaughlin. Francesca Marie McNally. Edward McNamara. Liza McNichols. AJ McSwain. Jack Magella. Ray F. Mello. Anthony J. Mercorola. Catherine Merrill. Mary Masana. Steve Masana. Dorothy Meat. Jarrett Lee Michael Miles.
Willa Mirren. Catherine Milavote. Rose Elaine Milavote. Charles Mitchell Minguez. Tess Minguez. Ronald Modrich. Emelita Moreno. Carol W. Morris. Nancy V. Morris. William E. Munchin. Jill Shapiro Mull. Barbara Benson Myrick. Barbara Myrick. Susan Patricia Nardi. Lisa Faye Naylor. Michael David Naylor. Charlotte F. Newman. Keith W. Newman. Kim Newman. Neil Newman. Thomas Kenneth Niehoff. Cecilia Nolan. Mary O'Brien. Johnny O'Donnell. John Lee Oliver. Joel Robert Oppenheim. Pop Oppenheim. Cheryl Osborne Jr. Michael Francis Ott. Harold Hal Ostley. Tom Overman. Parvin Pakdeman. Tia Peony. J.R. Pappas. Janet Papert. Janet Papert. Joan Parker. Mary Ellen Parker, David Parsekian, Susan Paula, Frank Pawlowski, Debbie Peach,
Christine T. Perrin, Matthew Pingree, Patty Piro, Helen Plattner, Patricia Lancet Pollock, Dr. James N. Pope, George Gilbert Pope, Poppy, Joanne Powers, Lou Posey, Charlie Price, Gerald Jerry Proper, Gladys M. Pruner, Edward J. Quinn, Sue Robb, Harold Rabinovitz, Sandy Rabinovitz, Anthony Ramio, Brian Ramsey, Jackie Randall, Paul Flurry Raphael Jr., Stella Rizemowitz, Nancy C. Ray, Mary Ann Reed, Yogal Sanford Reed, Harriet Richmond, June Robinson, Rafael Rodriguez, Jackie Roletter, Edmund Rollins, Sarah Rollins, Barbara Rooch, Anna Grace Root, Edna Rota, Joe Roth Jr., Joe Roth Sr., Robert Rowley, Charles Chuck Royer, Jackie Rucka, Pat Rucka, Paul Rudner, Lena Regari,
Adele Sagden, Francisco Salazar, Nicole Solera, Gus Salvador, Sam, Samantha, Harold Dean Sams, Sharon Ann Sanders, Vicky L. Sanders, Ted Sapino, Dorothy Savage, Francisca Scalia, Anne Chereau, Bill Chereau, Eleanor Schwartz, Norman Schwartz, Florence P. Scott, Frederick F. Scott, James A. Scott, Connie Sheldon, Donna J. Schrader, Dr. Michael Sievers, Dr. Teresa Sievers, Florence Reed Simmons, Alfred Sittner, Robert Slobodnik, Edith Foster Sleitman, Jean G.L. Sleater, Carol Smith, Paul Smith, William Smith V, Arlene Sniffen, Colonel James Elmer Snowden, Nessa Lynn Sorenko, Lynn Sewell, Pauline Souza, Sal Souza, John Sparaccio, Theron Sparks, John V. Spagno, Ronald Springer, Elizabeth Berman Stella.
Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let it make you cry. For even though I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to you each night we are apart. Remember me, though I have to travel far. Remember me, each time you hear a sad guitar. Know that I am with you the only way that I can be, until you're in my arms again. Remember me.
Recuérdame, hoy me tengo que ir, mi amor, recuérdame. No llores, por favor, te llevo en mi corazón y cerca me tendrás. A solos yo te cantaré, soñando en regresar. Recuérdame, aunque tengo que emigrar. Recuérdame, es mi guitarra y es llorar. Ella con su triste canto te acompañará hasta que en mis brazos estés. Recuérdame, until you're in my arms again. Remember me.
Joseph Stoll, Joanne Stoley, Albert Stiles, Helen Stiles, Jack Sumlin, Laura Sunblade, Aldor Serpernet, David Serpernet, David Sylvester, Swede Severson, Judy Zimanski, Donald Taylor Sr., Lorraine Taylor, Norman L. Taylor, Jack Tenzel, Helen Tesmer, Renee Tesmer, Richard Tesmer, Lindsay Thomas, Robert Thomas, Tim Thomas, Jesse Thompson, Julia Thompson, Paul Thompson, Virginia Thompson, Ray Thornton, Frank Tarico, Francis V. Todd, Charles Tomasino, Phyllis Tomasino, Les Tonkel, Mary Martha Thanra, Joseph Toto, Josephine Chirico, Anne Trankina, Joseph Trankina, Marie Tricarico, Jennifer Claire Trifus, Ed Tarachi, Mildred Tarachi, and Peter Tayan.
Deborah J. Tyner, Timothy Ubin, Connie Valley, Gail Vandervoort, Jack Vandervoort, Amy Van Tol, Frank Vega, Henry G. Vermont, Rose G. Vermont, Jody Virtuoso, Bruce R. Wade, Lucille Wallen, Benjamin Wallace, Michael Wallace, Christopher M. Walsh, Loretta Warwick, Mimi Watson, Dorothy Watts, Waddy Watts, Marissa Weatherby, David Webb, David Webb, Andrew R. Weber, Wayne Weckelman, Eleanor Ware, Thomas Ware, Larry Whitesell, Tan Wheely, Lloyd Wenning, Carrie Wetzel, Charles White, Francis Bo Whitlock, James Whitlock, Patricia Whitlock, Frances Lillian Whittington, Helen White, Howard White, Penny Wigglesworth, Dorothy Witala, Edwin Witala, Michael R. Wild, Timothy J. Wild,
Flossie Wilhelm, Donnell James Wilson, James Duran Woods, Margaret Woods, Jill Ann Wright, Larry Ewell, Joe Izagiri, the Zano family, Mary Ziegler, Arlene Zeno, George Van Zaveren, Marilyn Van Zaveren, Barbara Avery Zisa, Donald Zisa, Agnes Marie Zoller, Norma Elger, Nick DeSetti, Vern Dallner, Denise Dallner, Elaine Miller, Paul Miller, Patricia Summa, Warren Whitmore, Cindy Whitmore, Francis Megan, John Meehan, Paul Meehan, Ronnie Parks, Alan Parks, Donald Onsiger, Stanley Dorfman, Phyllis Solomon, Elliot Solomon, Ruth Eller, Henry Ramirez, Jim Digney, Avor Brainer, Joe Izagari, Robert Moline, Mimi Poppy Bill, Norman Civillo, Walter Keller, Lori Keller, Mike Keller, Claudia Shoup, Linda Beasley, Scott Furman, Carolina McNeil, Jackie McNeil, Jack Donnelly, Jeff Donnelly, Rita McKay, Mary H. Wall, Kenneth Dwayne Lungriff, Elizabeth Betty Christensen, John W. Christensen, Charles Bellier, Steve Bellier, Diane Callahan, Stacia Irving, Gerda King, Dr. Francis Hussey, Mary Yost, George Yost, Patrick Hoffman, Alice Hoffman, Francis Hoffman, Eileen Graney, Connie Kern, Joseph G. Kassler, Celeste O'Keefe, Justin Sherwood, Carmen Moore, Rose Abel, Edith Foster Flightman, Will Malone, Caroline Chris.
And finally, we will end with a butterfly blessing. Gracious God, bless me with the ability of a butterfly to endure the changes that will happen to me in my lifetime. Help me to accept these changes with a positive and loving attitude. Bless me with the beauty of a butterfly to allow me to reflect the colors of my soul, being, and individuality, and to look for these things in others. Bless me with the ability of a butterfly to create and instill the feeling of wonder, passion, and excitement towards all of your living creatures. Bless me with the butterfly's ability to pollinate your flowers so that I may cultivate your human garden with love and compassion. Last but not least, bless me with the grace of ascension so that I may ascend into your glorious heaven like a rising butterfly when my journey here on earth is complete. Amen. And now we will release the butterflies.
Thank